Hey, Bibers, Calendar coming to you on a Sunday afternoon, sitting on the front porch. Had so much rain, my back pipe patio is kind of soggy, so I just moved her out here to the front. I'm smoking a Romeo Y Julieta 1875. This is just a little torpedo, Robusto size torpedo. I don't know exactly what the correct name is, but it's always been one of my favorite cigars. I've been smoking them for years and years. I don't know if I've ever talked about it, but back probably 10 years ago, and maybe a little longer than that, maybe 15 years ago, I had a little small cigar business. I had 20 humidors that would hold 100 cigars, and I would put them on location in bars and golf clubs and country clubs, and really enjoyed it. Had it for about 4.5 years, and got to where I could make and print my own labels for the cigars, so I could take any business and take their logo and then incorporate it on a label, and then put those labels on the cigars for them. They can have their own house cigar brand, and did it for, like I said, for about 4.5 years. And at that time, General Cigar sent out there, and the other big cigar companies started selling direct. So I mean, it's just what happens, you know. I mean, you got a little short time to make some money, and then the big guys get in it. So, but just was sitting out here and enjoying it, having a cup of coffee, and kind of contemplating, you know, kind of what's all's going on with this tobacco and the tobacco tax. You know, it seems like inevitably we're fixing to get some kind of tax increase on our pipe tobacco. I think the government's let this go by as long as they're going to let it go by. And they're going to take and put a similar tobacco tax on cigars and pipe tobacco as they do on cigarettes. Hell, they're even talking about, you know, the e-cigs and the vapors and taxing them that way, even though they're not a tobacco product. So I think they're going to get into the tax business and get into it in a big way, which kind of brings me to what I'm thinking about is I've got a pretty good bit of tobacco, somewhere probably between 60 and 80 pounds of tobacco. That would be my guess. And the reason for that is because I felt like this was kind of coming our way, and I think what I'm fixing to do is go in and really do a complete catalog of all the tobacco that I have, and get rid of what I don't smoke. And there's some, you know, there's a lot of blends that I tried and particularly didn't care for, and you know, a lot of aromatics that I that I tried, and I'm primarily a flake smoker, a dark, you know, fired Kentucky, Virginia flake, vapor flake, Perique flake. That's kind of where my tastes run, and but I do enjoy a aromatic, you know, a few of them, kind of in the mornings. So anyway, I think what I'm going to do is kind of just take a complete inventory of what I have, and then I think I'm going to buy up 100 pounds. You know, if I have 50 or 55 or 60, I'm going to take and pick out about 10 blends, and then I'm going to go up to 100 pounds of tobacco and store it, and that ought to be a lifetime supply or close to it for me. You know, I'm not a real, you know, big smoker. I probably don't smoke every day, and then on the weekends, I'll smoke 2 or 3 bowls a day, and so that, like I said, that'll probably more than likely be a lifetime supply. But there's no doubt in my mind that this tax is coming, and people can scream and kick and raise hell and do whatever they want, but they're going to tax this tobacco. They're going to put this sin tax on us. All you got to do is look around. Anything they deem sin that they feel like people will not do without, then they're going to put a tax on it. So, just kind of was wondering what everybody else thought about it, and what your outlook is on it. One of the things I can't give the guy's name. I don't remember it, but he had a pretty good idea. He said go in and look at an insurance actuarial table, figure out what your lifespan is, figure out how much you smoke, multiply it times that many years, and there's your answer of how much tobacco you need to get by. So because I truly believe there's going to come a time when this tobacco that we're buying now is going to be 3 times as expensive as it is now, maybe more, and maybe you may not even be able to get it. They may restrict it so bad that you don't get it. I was talking with Big Smoking Wolf the other day, and him and I both like Galwith Hogarth brand tobacco, and we in the United States have 100% access to that tobacco, as where people in Great Britain, where it's actually manufactured, do not. And that's what me and him were talking about. It's just a simple marketing. I mean, they have tremendous tax over there with a smaller market, so they can't come here where the tax is not as great, and you have a larger market. But so who knows where this thing is going to end up at. So just what I was thinking about today. It's a really nice day here. We got some rain early this morning. Ground saturated though, so just let me know. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about it. Till next time, guys, just keep them lit, keep them smoking.